Welcome everyone to a Magic Online video. I'm Mengucci, and this video is sponsored to you by channelfireball.com and Ultimate Guard. Welcome to another modern video, or if you're watching me from YouTube, modern just video on YouTube, whether it's on stream or pre-recorded from a YouTube channel. And this today is the deck of the week that I'm playing, and that is the modern deck that Corey Baumeister used to win the Star City game Invitational this past weekend. The deck I'm playing is a Grixis Death Shadow with Laris as their companion, so there isn't any Stray Raid or Gurmag Angler. Death Shadow is the card that gives the name of the deck. It's a 1 mana 13/13 that gets -X/-X, where X is your life total, and you're playing all sort of, fetches, shock land to hurt your life total. Also, of course, Thoughtseize. And there's also Dress Down, which is a very good combination with that Shadow, since if you're at, any life, that Shadow becomes a 13/13, and that can blow up a lot of combat. There's also Kroxa. Dress Down works well with Kroxa too, because if you play Dress Down in the turn of your opponent, you have to sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. And the way it's worded means that Dress Down will stay in play for your whole turn, and you can play Kroxa without needing to sacrifice it, because it hasn't. When Kroxa enters the battlefield, sacrifice unless it's escaped. Whereas if there's Dress Down, this card doesn't have text, so your opponent won't discard. But this will stay into play as a 2 mana 6/6 with a very good attack ability. The deck is, of course, also playing Expressive Iteration, one of the best card, recent Magic. So it's getting exploit that. This card doesn't see much play modern, surprisingly. Only Izzet Murktide and maybe some Grixis deck play it. So this deck is one of the few that can exploit it. And Drowning Lock is another one. This card is really good because for 2 mana, it both kills the thing or counters. So it could be a counter spell or a Doomblade. That's really good. Of course, it needs some setup. If the opponent has Rest in Peace, it's a dead card, but plays well in this deck. So many cheap cards in here. Now, of course, with the Modern Horizons 2 special of Anoli Heath, Ragavan, and Dragon's Rage Channeler. Funnily enough, there isn't any Lightning Bolt. That's very strange. We have Thoughtseize and Inquisition as Discard spell, and Mishra's Bubble, of course, to buy back with Laris and Dragon's Rage Channeler. My Magical Line, Avina. Magical Line is, an older form program and etc. I had to sell a lot of my bulk comments in order to make the things a little bit easier, but still, some arts will sometimes be missing, especially the opponent's ones. And but I hope things will get better the more we get into the games. But yeah, so this is my deck of choice. Remembering that you can always find the deck list on Cardboard Live or in the description. And here you go. This is the modern one, not because it's anything new, but because we haven't seen that Shadow in so long, or at least I haven't seen that Shadow in so long. And seeing Corey's success definitely made me want to try this deck again. Alright, so Laris is my companion, and my hand's great. My hand's very good. This is my companion, opponent doesn't have it. They start first though. Okay, I think I wanna lower, this a little bit. Okay, now it's much better. Alright, they might be playing Izzet Merc. Okay, I believe I want to just go with a Discard spell. I think I'll lead on with Inquisition. They can technically play, actually it's probably going to be a Thoughtseize, since my opponent is maybe able to play a Murktide Regent on turn 1. Yeah, Dr. Idiot definitely raising an important question. How does Death Shadow feel with Solitude around? And well, it is a question that I also ask myself. Alright, my opponent just, wow, and it was went for a tap land, no consider. Alright then, I mean, I did this Thoughtseize to discard a Murta Regent, which, again, some pictures aren't loading. Oh, there it is. I guess it has to take like 1 second. But yeah, if I didn't play this Inquisition, the Thoughtseize, but I played this Inquisition, opponent would have been able to crack this. I mean, probably play Consider, and then play Murta Regent, which is, you know, could have been a 5/5 flyer on turn 2. They bubble themselves and draw Ragavan. Okay, okay. They have Anuli Heath and Consider. They don't have Fluster anymore. Ooh, Anuli Heath on my draw step. Very good. Well, let me go Inquisition again. I'm on the draw, and I believe it's very important to be reactive here. Ooh, Prismatic Ending. I don't care about that. I'll just take the Expressive Iteration. And then I'll Anuli Heath this thing immediately before my opponent draws a counter spell. Alright, so if they have Prismatic Ending, it means that they don't play Force of Negation. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Solid Shit is definitely annoying. You can board it out. Alright. But I went for Hollow with Fountain and goes Consider. Okay, so they have 2 reactive cards in end. Hello, Chaley. No, I'm not gonna do that. I am playing, this is my deck of the week, and then I'm not sure what else, but we'll see. Okay, so they're presenting having Anuli Heat with this thing in play. And this thing is not Ragavan. Like, sure, it helps them, blah, 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 but it doesn't, like, snowball the game. So I can now safely go Expressive Iteration. I'm very tempted to just go get 2 lands here, huh? Very tempted to just get 2 lands. With my 2 Death Shadow. My opponent is going to attack, because this thing has to attack. Now, alright, now, well, I have Lurus, I have Kruxa. The thing is that if I draw another land is bad. Nah. I think I'm just gonna be, yeah, diligent and take my Expressive Iteration. Yeah, and then here I'm just doing the Swamp for, well, what do I want to, so definitely not Swamp, because I can't go Death Shadow with the Swamp. Question is, do I want to play Death Shadow or Ragavan? If I play Blood Crypt, I go to 12. My opponent will knock me down, so they have Delirium already. I think whatever I play to kill it, I think it's Ragavan, since it's slightly worse than a Death Shadow. Good evening, Poopy. What's your opinion on the rack? I don't have any opinion on the rack, sorry. I played that in old school once, though. Alright, they keep on considering. As I said in another place, I think Consider is an upgrade to Thought Scour. So that whenever you have Dragon's Red Channel in play and you want to cantrip, you don't have to target your opponent. Target your opponent with this card. With Thought Scour, it was a very bad thing that I hated to do. So yeah. Alright, they found Expressive Iteration. That's bad news, but let's see how they continue here. If they don't find a land, they can kill my Ragavan. But yeah, so definitely play Consider with Thought Scour. It's my call. Especially exactly for this interaction. If you have Channeler in play and you just have to target your opponent. Okay, yes, exactly what happened here. They didn't find a land, so they let me untap with Ragavan. It's such a greedy play to go for Expressive Iteration without a land in end. I wouldn't have done it. Bene. Let's attack with Ragavan first thing. And I also drew a land, so it was good that I didn't take the land there over the Expressive Iteration. See what I flip. I don't flip anything. I flip a land, unfortunately. Alright, and I got a treasure. Now, what do I want to do? Well, I want to play... I mean, I might play all my threats here. That Shadow Kruxa. Kind of want to do that, actually. That Shadow Kruxa. Instead of Expressive Iteration. Probably want to kill this, too, though. Thing is that if I found Drown in the Lock... Yeah, you know what? I think it's better to just kill this. It's difficult. Very difficult. My opponent might use both Ending and Unholy Heath on these, because this is just a 4/4. Let's just do this. Alright, I found Drown in the Lock. So that's not bad. I'm definitely doing this. Question is, what else do I want to do along with it? A Death Shadow or a tap land? If I shock here, I got a 7. My Death Shadow is a 6/6, which is not exactly how much I wanted. So maybe I'm just playing a top land here. It's difficult. This deck is super hard. Super hard. I'm not so sure I can play this correctly. Okay, I think I will lead on playing one Death Shadow. My opponent will most likely just answer Ragavan and the one Death Shadow. So I will go, doesn't really matter. I can go hand, bottom, exile. Then I'll play dress down, drawing the lock on this, blue, black. Ooh. Or black, blue. Then I can play as Death Shadow with a swamp. Yeah, a 4/4 or a 6/6 doesn't make a difference here. Stay one Volo. Every week I do a deck of the week thing where he's some decks that like won a major event or like did very well, and I pilot it. This deck won the SCG Invitational in the hands of Corey Baumeister. I haven't piloted in a very long time, so I am happy to play it. It's been a very long time since I played that Shadow deck, and yeah, this is a good moment. Just because Corey won the thing, not necessarily because it's good in the metagame. As I said, Solitude being around, it's a problem for this card, but you know, I mean, now if opponent wasn't splashing white, they just had a lightning bolt instead of it. They weren't able to kill this very good threat. Where is it? This very good threat here. So obviously that's his highs, but sorry, his lows, but definitely highs here. All right, let me attack with a Ragavan. I could have taken a Ragavan instead of a Steam Vents. Maybe that was the different play I should have made. Anyway, my opponent will most likely kill this, and I'm okay with that. With an Unholy Heath. Oh, a Lightning Bolt. So they still have Unholy Heath in hand. Okay, now what? Well, they have 2 cards. I think I want to go Kroxa and get back Lurrus. Maybe, yeah, no, definitely want to go Kroxa. I can wait in the same turn to go Kroxa. Yeah, Bird Black. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is 1 hour later. Yeah. Yeah, they changed the hour. Okay, once again, I don't know how much lower I want to go in life total here. Very problematic if they go Murktide Regent. I think I'll do the following. I'll play Kroxa here, and based on what they discard, I'll decide what to do. They have an Only Heath and a mystery card. Let's see what they do here. I guess I can block the... Okay, they discarded an Only Heath. Wow. Now I'm going Death Shadow then. I might play a fetch land because this will let me play around an Only Heath. Because if I want, they can hurt me for 3 going down to 6. So this is a 7/7. Is this a Murktide Regent? It is. Oh no. It's at an 8/8. Wow, I'm not going to crack this fetch then. Because that kills me dead. Alright, let's escape this Kroxa. I want to keep the Delirium though. Okay, I think I managed. I have sorcery, instant, land, creature. Sorcery, instant, land, and creature. Okay, so Kroxa's coming in. My opponent discards. They have 1 card. What do they have? They have a counter spell. So now, if my opponent attacks me, they're dead. Like, it's over. Because they go to 1, and I knock them down for 1,000,000. So I'm chilling here. Game is very interesting. This is the classic Death Shadow interesting situation. So let's see what they do. Could have held this land to just attack next turn with this, but that's just too risky. Let's see what they do here. They have 3 lands. Okay. Alright, yeah, they can't attack me. They have 1 card in end. Wow, a Thoughtseize. Well, so a Thoughtseize, so I can deal myself 5 damage, so that Shadow is a 9/9. That's not enough. Yeah, this list play only 2 Lightning Bolts. The one with the splash of white, so it's a little bit safer. Still not very much safer. Okay, let me cast another Kroxa from hand here. I want to discard your whatever you have. It's important that I choose the old one here. Was this a counter spell? Okay, it didn't matter. I would have accomplished the same thing even if Karuk's are resolved. I return my lures, and I keep on passing. I definitely cannot attack. Let me think again. Yes, I definitely cannot attack here. That shadow. So if I was that shadow will put him on 11, but my dash shadow isn't an 11 yet, so they still do not chump block. Oh wow, you drew expressive iteration. I could have dealt myself 5 damage down to 4. That shadow is just a 9/9. Double Cruxa. 9/9, 9 plus 6, 15. Maybe they were forced to chump block the shadow. Maybe they were forced to chump block the shadow, yeah. You're right. So maybe I was supposed to go Thoughtseize first. The thing is that they have 1 card in hand. Isn't it scary to just do the thing? Like they might have, I don't know, Archmage Charm take this. I think just going Cruxa first was a little bit cleaner. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to go all in. Alright, they spread both on the bottom. That's a good sign. Now, I'll take my turn. And I draw Dress Down. Oh my. So this is a 13/13 now. If I want to. And this doesn't fly anymore. Still a 5/5 though, if I am correct. Still a 5/5. Let me think again now. Well, I can go... I mean, they certainly have a creature to discard. Or a spell to discard, so they won't take 3 damage. Let's say I attack with both. They block my Cruxa. Nothing really happens. I replay the Cruxa. Yeah, that's probably what I have to do here. So I'm attacking with both. And if they block my Death Shadow, well, then I'm just casting Dress Down. And this becomes a 13/13, so they're chump block it. If they block the Cruxa, I am just escaping it back. Opponent plays Force. I don't think so. Would this still be an 8/8? Yeah, I mean, it still has 4 counters, plus it's a 3/3. Okay, so they discarded Anoli Heath. And they probably block the... I mean, I don't know. You do you. Yeah, you block that. Perfect. I'll play... is the top right? Yeah. I'll play this Dress Down, and now my Death Shadow becomes a 13/13. Despite any amount of life I am. Definitely one of the combination of the deck. Okay, so this still is an 8/8, but it doesn't matter. And this is a 13. Wow, draw another one. Cool. Yeah, so that one was a chump block, and this was 6 damage. That still discarded them a card. And now they are 1 life. I think I'm going to Thoughtseize them now. Yeah. I don't care about going to 7 life. Yeah, I'm done. You're 8. My things are great. You go, you have no cards in hand. Oh, Death Shadow died. Oh, because it had 8 damage on it. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, cool. I guess I was supposed to, end of turn, play another Dress Down. That would have let the Death Shadow stay alive. Okay, see, this is my first game playing with this deck for a very long time, and I've never played with this interaction before. So the Death Shadow had 8 damage on it. It was a 13/13, but end of turn, the Dress Down died, meaning that Death Shadow was just a 6/6 with 8 damage on it, so it died. If I'd played this Dress Down end of turn, it would have stayed at 13/13. So that's what I should have done. Thankfully, they just didn't draw a thing and died to my Cruxa next turn. Plus, I had Lurrus Cruxa again. Alright, good game. Very good game. Very good game. I enjoyed this game a lot. Of course, because I win, but that's a classic Magic player play. Anyway, I have 1 Mystical Dispute. Definitely the Terminates. This is exactly for Murktide region. As you saw, a very hard card to deal with. Well, it's not easy to sideboard. I don't know how many... I really don't know. Maybe I'm bringing in some inexpensive card. I should take out some expensive cards. But I don't really want to take out Drown in the Lock or Expressive Iteration. Maybe I can take out, like 1 Dress Down. Like this is especially good against Urza's Saga because that kills all the constructs. But, you know, obviously it has interaction everywhere. Well, I'm just threading. I'm just cutting one of each. I'm not exactly sure what was I supposed to do. Buongiorno, Nicholas. Yeah, we could have wanted Graveyard 8. I mean, I wanted a lot of things. Okay, you go. Yeah, it stops the dragon from coming with counters. That's true. You have to have 2 mana up. I'm not sure. This card. No, I think this card is still good. Okay, now, my opponent has kept 7. Yeah, I'm just going Steam Vents, Channeler, Mishra's Bubble, put whatever it is on the graveyard. Not a bad one, though. I'll probably keep it this on top, actually. Yeah. Alright, I'll see their top deck. That is a Ragavan. Okay, cool. Good to know. I'm taking the trade. I'm on the draw. Plus, that puts a creature in the grave. So I have already Delirium next turn. Yeah, I'm drawing a card with a bubble. That's the Unholy Heat. Because I left it on top. Bubble again. Now I'm passing. Passing or casting an Unholy Heat? I don't want to cast an Unholy Heat. They have a Ragavan on top. I just bubble myself end of turn. Okay, they attack me for 1. And I think this is kind of a matchup where I don't want to hurt myself too much with the shock lands. No, Mantos. I don't plan to participate. Do anything. Okay, wow, more islands. Do you have Blood Moon in your deck? Huh. Alright, my opponent is playing a Blood Moon there. Alright, I'll fetch up a Swamp. I won't be able to cast this Expressive Iteration anymore. Yeah, okay. Non-basic lands are Mountain. I want to bubble my opponent. Mountain. Do I want to Unholy Heat now? Nah. Draw. Thoughtseize. Mountain. I want to play Thoughtseize. They have Ragavan and two cards. I want to take the Expressive Iteration. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they have a Sparbluff Canal on top. Yeah, now I'm passing. Yeah, Terminate is very important to deal with the Merc. Okay, so they're Dashing Ragavan, and that's the card I needed to kill. And that's why I saved this Unholy Heat, okay? Obviously, it's gonna be very hard to win when your hand is too Expressive Iteration and you have no island in your deck. You do have some Ragavans though. Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm returning Alaris even though there's just no way I can cast it, so probably shouldn't return it. Yeah, I just terminate the Merc, I guess. I mean, maybe I'm taking out the blue cards. Oh, you drew that? No, there's no basic islands in this deck. And I don't want to bring in Blood Moon. It's just impossible for me to kill that with explosive. Sorry, I mean explosive. I don't want to bring in explosives. I have Fetus Worm in my deck. I mean, it's also synergistic with that Shadow, so maybe. And to keep the Terminate for the Murktide Regent. Yeah, I know. If I draw Ragavan in and connect, yeah, that's my only way to make a treasure. I'm on 10 life. Explosives on top. I mean, it's just impossible for me to ever get close. So I'll just save time for everybody. Okay, now I'll definitely bring back the Ragavan. Maybe taking out more dress downs. Maybe Dispute isn't good, but like Dispute countering Murta Regent or Expressive Iteration, I think it's very important. Maybe I can take out some Drun in the lock or bring back Crooks. I just like cards that I can cast through a Blood Moon. Yeah. There's no point in playing Explosives. I can't make 3 colors of mana. My only basic land is a Mountain. Can I play Chase VP? Nah, I can't play Chase. Never need to be effect. Alright. Here we go. I have 7 Discard spell for the Blood Moon. Gonna be my way, I guess. Fine, I'll keep this hand. I can bubble myself, and based off that, I can fetch or play Steam Vents if I really like the card I see. What do I see? I see an Inquisition. I like the card I see. So I'll go Steam Vents, Vagavoni. I also want to bubble my opponent. Upkeep. Actually, I can... No, Dicey, that's bubble my opponents and upkeep. And they have a DRC, okay. Isn't Dress Down good versus Murkta? Yeah, I mean, you have to have 2 mana up when they cast it. I don't know, I think it's like... Yeah, I mean, Dress Down is a very good card against most things. Okay, so I drew Expressive Iteration and Thoughtseize. Unfortunately, I didn't want to fetch, so I had a Steam Vents, and I can't. I mean, it's fine. I don't want to shock myself here. I think I'm just getting a Swamp, so that, you know, I'm done with that. If they top deck a Blood Moon, and yeah, now, you know, this one cannot get the Polluted Delta, the Swamp, so I think I had to get a Swamp here. Alright, they have these cards. Interesting. I think I'm taking a Channeler, despite they can cast it though. So in theory, they'll go Channeler Serum Visions here, because they have Hollowwood Fountain. So maybe I take Serum Visions, so like what do? I don't know. They just pass with Counterspell up? I guess. I'll take the Channeler. And pass. Now, if they pass with Counterspell up, I'm fine. If they go Channeler plus Serum Visions, I can maybe dispute the Serum Visions. I'll decide. They can do the Channeler thing. I'm busy playing with a 3rd color. It's awkward, but I mean, you get a clean answer to like Death Shadow, Colossal Hammer, Sigard as 8. Alright, so they drew Spire Bluff Canal, and they can play the Channeler. And I'm assuming Serum Visions. I'll let him surveil first. Let's see. They graveyarded a card. Yeah, they have counters. Yeah, I'm going to dispute this. Yeah, I know their hand. So I'm going to counter this. Then I can't play this with the Swamp. Maybe that was the reason why I shouldn't have done it. But I kind of wanted to play a Thoughtseize here. Death Shadow. Interesting. I can also just go Iteration with the Scalding Tarn. It is a little bit risky. My opponent will get to Delirium once I discard that Counterspell. A very weird, yeah, you know what I should have done? I think I should have just taken a dual land with the Scalding Tarn last turn and keep the Polluted Delta for Swamp this turn. That's what I should, that is what I should have done. Anyway, let's see how to behave here. I can go just fetch and go to 14, Expressive Iteration, and then Thoughtseize my opponent. This play pays off if I flip one of the 5 Discard Spell or the 2 Mishra's Bubble. So I only have 7 payoff in 48 cards. So it's not a great play. Although, I can go to 14, 12, so I can cast the Death Shadow. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. So I'll fetch, get a Watery Grave or Blood Crypt. Do I want double blue or... Yeah, no, I think Blood Crypt's better. So I'll go 14. Then I can go Thoughtseize, go to 12. Take the only spell I knew they had. Play Death Shadow. Now the Channeler has to attack me, so the Death Shadow will be a 4/4 next turn. My opponent has 2 lands, and, you know, they just drew a card now. They didn't scry because they graveyarded a card earlier. It was another Channeler. So my opponent definitely has a clock on me, although I have a Death Shadow. It's always hard to erase a Death Shadow. But it actually can. Alright, let me go Iteration here. What's the bad thing that can happen? I don't know. Let's go Iteration first. I'm looking for a land, an interaction. Va bene, dai. I can't cast anything, so I just put an Holy Heath in hand. I can't consider... Let me count here. Do I have lethal, though? If I Thoughtseize my opponent now, this one attacks for 6, so they go to 11. Then they attack me for 6, put me on 1, and then that Shadow is lethal. So, I think I can actually go to 1. Because let me recount. My opponent only has an island in hand, okay? So, I play a Thoughtseize now. I go to 7. My opponent attacks me for 6. They have to. They can't stay back. They attack me for 6. I go to 1. The Death Shadow becomes a 12/12, and then I'm lethal. Of course, if they draw Lightning Bolt, they die, but my opponent's splashing white, so they usually cut on 2 Lightning Bolts. If they have a Holy Heath, this doesn't die. No, it does die to a Holy Heath. Well, I die to a Holy Heath and Prismatic Ending with my play. I guess I can live with that. Actually, I don't even die, because then I can kill these 2 and stabilize a 1. Alright, I think it's a good play. So... yeah, my opponent, now I Thoughtseize them. I know they have nothing. I just do this to deal 2 damage. And then I attack for 6. Why is lethal? 6 plus 11, it's 17, so it's lethal. My opponent is forced to attack me. Sorry, 6 plus 12, it's 18 actually. What if opponent blocks? Oh, I haven't thought about that option. I haven't thought about the option of opponent blocking. But yeah, they did it, so that was good. Alright, they conceded. Cool. No, they could have blocked now. They could have definitely blocked now. Well, if my opponent blocked here, then like my Thoughtseize was a removal spell for Dragon's Rage Challenger, so I was happy with that. I think it was a good game. That Shadow really makes you think about weird lines. Really makes you think about weird lines. This card is like... yeah, it's just like self-damaging, but at the same time you want to get basics because you don't want to get burned out. Alright. Opponent at 4 Lightning Bolts in their deck, maybe I wouldn't have done what I did, but... yeah. I was happy with this game. Thank you. Alright. This hand is not a keep. Isn't ease. I'm on the draw, unfortunately, again. I think I'll get rid of a Mishra's Bubble. You only need 1. The second one is, yeah, pretty redundant. Okay, Marsh Flats usually sees play in Hammer Time. Don't play Bolt. Yeah. Yeah, Bolt's, Inquisition of Kozilek, this might be just a fair deck, not anymore Hammer Time. Actually, it's not Hammer Time, they haven't revealed theirs that I had. Okay, they discard Ragavan. Sure. I'll play Mishra's Bubble, play Fetchland, and pass. Now my opponent's turn, I'll bubble myself. I don't want to bubble now, because then I might just draw another card for them to discard. Yeah, definitely. The thing that Lightning Bolt sees less... wow, Codex Shredder. Opponent's playing Lantern Control, chat. Sorry for the picture not loading immediately. Pieces of Pandemonium. The opponent's playing a Lantern Control strategy. Okay, look at the cards. Wow, they didn't mill it. I guess I could wait. The Fun Police has arrived. Poor Lantern Control players. Urxa. Ooh, that's good. That's a good one. Drawing in the Lock, also good. They have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, let's give it a clean. I'll just discard you a card. I don't really have much to do anyway. I mean, I could leave up mana for drawing in the lock, but you know, chat. Once I've played Lantern, so it was Worlds 2016, and me, Alessandro Portaro, Casamenti, and Mattia Rizzi. That was the Italian World Magic Cup team, and we decided to play Lantern Control. Portaro was the one playing Lantern, and he, you know, we top forward, so that was good. And then he was like, and then I was like, wait, I actually do not own. I actually do not own a Lantern deck, so I just bought it from Portaro, like the whole 75. And I own a Lantern Control, and I played it for a couple of events, but it's not a very easy deck to play with. And I mean, I own it, but you know, I just love to own cards. Anyway, let me go Dash Shadow 1 here. End of turn, I can play Dress Down and attack for 13. They only have 1 card in hand. How'd you make that decision? It was unified, so we couldn't share any cards. We decided to play Ad Nauseam, Infect, and Lantern Control. Infect was like super pushed with, I believe it was Gitaxian Probe was around. Oh no, they have Ensnaring Bridge. Alright, good thing I have a counter spell in my hand. Sorry for the picture not loading. I really apologize for that. Anyway, I draw the Death Shadow. Well, so now I can just play Dress Down and attack for 13. That doesn't seem like a bad play. Mana chat? Doesn't seem like a bad play. So Dress Down says your creatures don't have any abilities anymore. Or so your opponents, and you draw a card. So this just attacks for a cool 13 here, knocking my opponent to 1. They concede. They weren't dead, but I had a Crooks in my graveyard. They almost ran out of cards, so. Why are the pictures not loading? It's probably because my computer is just the weakest thing. The video card should be arriving soon, and I hope things will be fixed ASAP. In the meanwhile, I hope you can bear with me. It just takes a while for the pictures to load. I don't know. I'm taking out an Oli Heath. Yeah, I mean, this seems fine. Is Solga Lantern good? Yeah, Mock Sopa was, I believe, a 60 euro card. Chris Conte, yeah, Dress Down is a big brain tech, not mine. No, I mean, this interaction was seen as immediately, but this deck list comes from Corey Baumeister, who won the SCG Invitational with this deck, going 7-1. So, that is my deck of the week. A Pine Boom for Saga. Buongiorno, Pivo. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a bad idea. What do you want me to cut? Everything else seems very good. But I do think a Pine Moon for Saga is needed. Maybe I'm cutting Dress Down. My opponent doesn't play any creature. Yeah, it could be Vugaro, but my video card still sucks because I know that, you know, like I know I have to change it, so it's probably things are probably correlated. Okay, I drew a Cyber card. Plus 1 or 2 spells guide. Yeah, it's fine. I have explosives. Hello, Upscalion. Good morning. Put him all against the 6 and goes Fire of Industry. Once again, I apologize for the picture not loading. Codex Shredder. This thing just basically milled me for 1. It's not anything special. Play the Channeler. Bug Grip. I haven't said it yet, but I will announce that today. Ooh, they have a Urza Saga. I will announce that. Oh, actually, the Dress Down reported for that reason. I'll announce that today I'll be leaving for Rome, where I'll be recording a TV show. A TV quiz show. I'm on to another quiz. And I'll be going there with my friend Alfredona09. So I won't be around for a few days, but I have stocked a lot of work on my YouTube channel this weekend. There's no stop, so I hope content will keep on flowing. Anyway, what's going on here? Well, I kind of want to keep these explosives for when they saga me, or like put it on 1. Maybe I should go explosives on 1. Maybe I should just wait entirely. Yeah, you know what? I'm just playing this and pass here. Boogaroo! Thank you for the 2nd month. Appreciate it a lot. What's the show? It's called Una parola di troppo. It's a quiz on the 2nd channel. Just a quiz, you know. I've been contacted. I love to do this thing. It's basically for free, but you know. All right, they play They play Drown in Spell's Guide. I guess I'll play Drown in the Lock. I need to shuffle this land anyway. It's a deck I suggest to build. Yes, Hayabusa, definitely. Thank you again, Ugaru. Appreciate it a lot. Let me go Steam Vents. And counter target spell. Hello, Shade. Esper Emitter in Vegas? Yeah, good deck for sure. Not one of the best, but definitely sure. Yes, Glory Banger. Wow, that let me draw expressive iteration. Crazy. I think I'll wait on these explosives. Let me go expressive iteration. And then I'll play explosives on 1. If they play a Pithing Needle, alright. This is all very good cards. I don't think I need the land. I'm just picking up the spells here. What do I want to pick up? The Thoughtseize. They have 2 cards. One of them is a 1-drop, which I don't really care about. But maybe they have the bridge, but they have a K command for that. And yeah, I'll probably just take in the champ. No, dai, va bene, dai. Let's take the Thoughtseize for now. Let's take the Thoughtseize for now. Let's see at the top. Another channeler. Yeah. So I'll shock, and I'll Thoughtseize my opponent. The Fatal Push is nearing bridge. I can take the Fatal Push. I don't care about that. I'll take the bridge. Even though they don't have mana, Push is just a 1-for-1 card. Yeah, these 3 choices are all good. I mean, Shade, you know they're the best decks in Modern. It's pretty obvious at this point. You know, if you want to play a cool brew, you can play Esper Reanimator, or you can play Grixis Death Shadow or Land to Control and just win with them. But if you play Control, Hammer, Burn, they're most likely going to be better choices. But depends like how you play them and etc. Like, Modern isn't standard. There isn't one deck, you know. So, alright, I went for. Sorry for the pictures not loading again. I went for Physics Pandemonium, sure. They passed. Yeah, that's fine. I have a Fatal Push in end. I'll just go for an Explosives, blow it up. I mean, this is very much lethal. I'll go Explosives, blow it up. Yeah. I mean, that's not even a game. This is not even a game. I really felt like my opponent just didn't click any button in this game. They did click some button, but very effortlessly. What's up with a missing picture on the opponent cards? Alright. Ooh, very good hand. I'm always on the draw though, but that's, I guess, an exchange opening a very good hand. I accept being always on the draw. It's okay, Mark the Magic. Don't think about the times that you blew it. Think about what could have happened if you didn't blow it. You have to risk in your life. You can't always, like, build decks that other people build for you. The thing is that Solitude kills that Shadow. Yeah, That's true. But the rest of the deck is still very good. And like in Modern, the most played deck, how much is it? 3%? You know? It's Modern. It's not Standard, where if you have the wrong metagame call, it's over. Sure, if you're playing as Solitude, it's not great. But also Solitude is like it's an incredibly expensive card. And people hate to spend money on new cards. So in paper, it's not gonna happen that. I mean, Magic Online, it's like 90 ticks. Alright. Once again, Sparkle Canal, Dragon's Raid channel are all cool. What do I want to do? I'll definitely Thoughts is myself. I think I want to bubble first. Sorry, again, Thoughts is you. I think I want to bubble first. The Fools to Burn? Yeah, I mean, Burn is definitely a popular deck. It's a very good deck. Okay, I'll pick up a Blood Crypt and go straight down to 15 here because I don't want to draw that Steam Vents that I bubble myself. What you got? Wow, Pyromanzo? That's weird. I'll keep you with the Bolt. I'll leave you with the Bolt. Press down. Okay, this is 13 damage. Or whenever it'll happen. Yeah, lots of people going to Vegas. That seems great. You guys will have a good time. Hope I can join you in the future. Okay. GG! I thought this, you. I didn't put it on top of your deck. Thoughts is puts the card in the graveyard, not on top of your deck. Alright. That's way too many lands I'm drawing here. And I can't even, like, fetch down to anything, because, like... If I fetch down to 11, they can just bolt to that Shadow. What I can do is just fling an Expressive Iteration. It's gonna be, like, just an Anticipate, but have nothing to do with my mana, and I hate to do that. Yeah, I'm just playing Anticipate here. Unless I find, unless you find, what's it called? Mishra's Bubble. But I didn't, which is okay. Alright, I am not delirious yet. Would I want to take a Noli Heath or a Drown in the Lock? I think I'll take a Noli Heath. And pass. Bantalk is bad. Go do it other places. Good morning, Boxing with Shadow. Alright, you played a Skeletar and a positive Bolting Hand. Now I'm on 9 lives, so my Death Shadow is bigger than this. Okay, so let's do the following. Maybe land. Fetch? Yeah, fetch. Stop drawing land, Mengu. Okay, so let's do a Noli Heath on the Young Pyro. And then I'll play Death Shadow as a 4/4. Spell Pierce. Ooh, thank God I played land first. Not all. Wait, actually, though. I play another land because this one I had to fetch. So if I'm on 6 life, chat. And discard the card on top 2 times. I mean, if I pay 3, I'm just dead on board. Not. I think I'll, I shock, pay 3, counter this, I'm dead on board. So this one cannot resolve. Play that Shadow and pass. I don't think I can win this game. Yeah, the Young Pyromancer off the top was brutal. Yeah, and me not having any removal spells. Kind of weird game, but I guess it happens. Yes, Tiger, my list, both my cube lists are on Cube Cobra under Mango09. You can find both the Mango Cube Vintage and the Mango Cube Pauper. They're both excellent. Now I block this, take 3, down 3. I mean, they kept the card on top 2 times. Wow, I'll fetch, because of course I can't afford to shock anymore. Regaboni. That That shot is an 8-8. Well, I guess I'm playing Ragavan, picking back up Lur's pass. Thank you, Shade. I appreciate it. Okay, you had counterspell on top. Still not dead on board. Barely not dead on board. I guess any sorcery. Oh yeah, I'm dead now. Am I dead now? Oh, this is weird. What happened to this elemental? Alright, so they just fetch. This I guess stress down can make me survive. Right? Yeah, dress down makes me survive here because I fetch. The challenger becomes a delirious one, but I can still play dress down, turn it down to a 1-1, block a 2-1, go to 1, and then we'll see. Probably still dead. Actually, considering I have no outs, I probably shouldn't tell my opponent that I play dress down, huh? Yeah, I should probably not. Probably just give. Maybe I top deck something with this dress down. So yeah, let's play this first. Maybe I draw like a burn spell. I can cast in the same turn. I can draw an Holy Heath. I'm in Delirium. Okay, I draw a card. Thought Seize. That is not what I wanted to draw. Fine. Again, I'm dead, but still clicking the buttons for a while. Yeah, I needed Lurus with lifelink, but I couldn't have picked back up Lurus. I was dead on board here. I did. I needed to play dress down. Murktide Regent. Yeah, this is a Murktide Regent. Okay, good game. Yeah, that Yampermancer really crushed me. Okay, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second, and then we'll play more of Grixis Death Shadow. Alright. Okay, so Severed against blue-red. I want terminate dispute. And I take out dress down. And drown in the lock. This is how I sideboarded before. I think it's solid sideboarding. Come on to play this time. See what I got. The one lander. I don't keep one lander with this deck. I get two landers. I'm very afraid of Blood Moon here. Very afraid of Blood Moon here, but I think I don't want to be afraid of Blood Moon though. Whatever. Let's go Block Crypt, Channeler, go. On the play, I think you cannot be. I don't know. Freaky. We're down a game. 2-0 in the league. Relic. Okay. Say 1 damage. We're playing Death Shadow. It's a deck that wants to self-damage. Okay, good. I'll be playing blue-black here. So I'll go Channeler. And I'll go blue-black Inquisition. Double Surveil. Kind of aggressively put it in the graveyard. And I am delirious. Wow, that was beautiful. No, they have 2 explosives. Oh, Caputana. It'll take a while though. Probably getting rid of an explosives. Yeah. Attack for 6. Oh, sorry, never mind, for 3. My bad. Okay, so they have this hand. I don't know why I thought I was able to attack with both. I will next turn. I have to hope they don't draw a Blood Moon, because that will definitely just knock me out. Yeah, they will play in explosives. I'm assuming you want to clean the relic. I actually just exile those in combat. I'll take the sorcery, so I'll play a sorcerer next turn. I will go to Delirium again. Okay. This one can get me the swamp to play around Blood Moon if I want to. Mishra's Bubble. Yeah, this goes to the graveyard. Press down. Yeah, easily graveyard. I have artifact and enchantment, so I have 6 types. Well, this is my top 3. It's very good. They have a Ragavan in hand, which I don't really care about. I'm just going Ragavan in hand. No, aspetta. I want to play a Thoughtseize this turn. I can't play a 1-drop. They have explosives. Yeah, I'll go top, bottom, exile. Now, I want to also play a Thoughtseize now so that I get the... I guess I'll get them regardless next turn. But yeah, let's attack for 6. Let's see if they blow up the relic. Why they don't? Crazy. Let's go Swampier. So that I am a little bit better against the Blood Moon. I don't want lands. I don't want lands. I'll take Expressive Iteration, right? Oh, yeah, take Expressive Iteration. And yeah, that's your end. Explosives will get rid of the Channelers. Cost 2? No, to activate a relic, I mean. Get 1 mana up. That's weird they didn't do it, honestly. Very weird. Especially since they have the explosives, so they'd have to crack the relic. Oh. Oh wow, you dash your Ragavan. Huh. Fine. I didn't expect this. You exile a land. Okay. Now you have to pass. Let me untap and attack with these. You'll probably crack the relic, the explosives, but then the relic won't cantrip you. Yeah, that was not a good play from my opponent. Now they have to like give up on the relic or take 6. And my graveyard is so like well built that the top activation of relic won't do anything. Yeah, I'll begin by attacking with both. You don't even have to click on them because they use F to attack every turn. They want to fetch and yeah. I mean, I guess they can crack this too. I haven't. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you should just crack the relic. I'm okay if you do that. Yeah, I'll take 2. You go to 8. We'll get back a companion and pass. I definitely don't want to play that shot in front of this explosives. And keep on hitting me with the Ragavan, I don't mind. Okay, so I don't know nothing about their hand. I guess I do know Ragavan. So they dash this. Let's see what they hit. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about if they hit Drown in the Lock, I have no graveyard. So this one doesn't do anything. And it happened. So funny. They just exile my graveyard. So this Drown in the Lock that revealed, they just doesn't have any text. Okay. I'm attacking with my channelers. I'm not doing anything here. I'm just passing. They don't crack the explosives. I'm content to just attack for... Alright, what's that? Oh, we cracked the explosive. Okay, cool. Now, what do? I can go... I want to go Shadow Pass here. If I'm aggressive, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Do they have a counter spell? Do they have a counter spell? They do. Do I want to play a channeler? Not really. A channeler? I guess they don't have enough red mana to go burn spell, blah blah blah. I think I'm passing. I don't feel like going channeler. Because that 2 mana modern is too much. You already have I guess maybe it's an upset to terminate. I don't know. You're dashing Ragavan. All unknowingly heated. I was thinking about the one that can exile an enchantment. Spell Pierce. Ooh, okay then. Ragavan connect. They misclicked. Very good. I needed a misclick here. Thank you, opponent. Now, I draw Expressive Iteration. It's bad if they have a Spell Pierce, but I think it's okay. They don't. Fine. I have a basic mountain. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go Shadow Channeler, and I'll also go Delirium with that mountain. I already discarded 2 explosives. Sorry, I already played with, I guess, 2 explosives, so I don't think they have another one. Or at least, I don't know if they play 3. Maybe they do. Yeah, 7/7, which is exactly lethal, and a 3/3 flying. See what they do. Arc may charm, gain control of that shadow. Ooh, that was bad. And yeah, Arc may charm. Wow, that's a swing. Gain control of target null and permanent with mana value 1 or less. This one still flies though, so they have a Ragavan and 2 other card. They have a 1/1 chunk. I want to upkeep, kill my own Death Shadow. I don't think I do. I think I want to go Lur's Shadow here. Yeah. My. I'm gonna go Lur's. Let me bubble myself, because based off that I can decide what to draw. Okay, so I draw Drown in the Lock. Meaning that I can go terminate on the Death Shadow now and then draw Drown in the Lock. I think it's quite safe. So let me attack. So you gotta whatever. Now I'll take a draw step off bubble. And I will terminate my own Death Shadow. Surveil. I waited the upkeep so I could use the Surveil, because I already know the top card was good. But yeah, this is sometimes like Mishra's Bubble just changes your play. It's important. Alright, Kroxa, yeah, that goes in the graveyard. And now Terminate should kill my own Death Shadow. I should put it in Stow with a Charm. Okay, so they go draw a step. They have Ragavan, and this is not Delirious because it's missing. Okay, wow, they don't dash a Ragavan. They're 4 life, and I have a Brooks in the grave. Although they can just, discard whatever and still be doing fine here. Okay, so they attack me for 1. I'm taking it. Price such. I'm taking the channeler attack. Yeah, I don't want to play Drawn in the Lock on that. Demons. Well, I think I will use this Drawn in the Lock end of turn just because I can't afford to just not use my mana. Mystical Dispute. I don't want it. One will go to 1 here unless they have an Archmage Charm. I guess they don't have it. I would have definitely played it. Draw a bubble. Okay, I will play it. Blood Crypt. I don't want it. I think I want to bubble my opponent now. To know what they draw. They draw land. Very good. Yeah, let's kick things off by attacking with my 3/3 that has to attack every turn. And they go to 1. And now I can either play Lurrus or Kroxa from the grave. And I think I'd rather play Kroxa. Since they have to discard a Ragavan. They have Ragavan and a mystery card. Oh wow, they discard an Oli Heath and they draw Skalintar and the game is over. Okay, we Goku gave me 3, but I'll be on the draw. That makes a big difference. You should need to know about that. Yeah, Archmage Charm definitely a big deal when playing against that Shadow. Definitely a big deal. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything. Or might be a little bit too clunky. Maybe Collective Brutality. We have more answer to the Pyromancer. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of all the... dress downs. Collective Brutality. We don't want Lantern. The Soul Guide. I mean, every card is good. It's just that you have to cut some other cards. I would play everything, but very hard to cyber with this decks because they're like so you need so much. Command is a 3-drop on the draw. You can never have that much time, I think, unless you're like already. Like the thing is that all these cards you guys are mentioning, they're a good spot for sure. But the Drown in the Lock can like fight a Counter's War. Yeah, you switch to Grave 8, but like you only need a X=1 very often. Why no Island? Good question. But unfortunately I don't have an answer for that. I guess no Island because he doesn't have that many blue card. Alright, that's a Thoughtseize on top. Do I want to draw a Thoughtseize? Yeah, I think I do want to draw a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is good here. Alright, Ragavan mirror match. But of course the one I also want to play as a slight edge. Okay, they clean the path, and let's see. Please don't hit a spell you can cast. Just hit like a Drown in the Lock. Expressive iteration. Okay, that's fine. I mean, obviously it's good. They will get a card. Oh wow, they don't have a land? Oh, alright. There's credit card on top, so they have a land. Sure. Can't draw these many lands. I need to draw spells in these matchups. Let me go Thoughtseize first. Another top deck is a land for sure. Take the Anoli Heath and play another Ragavan. What land did I have last turn? I shuffled my lands. That's such a mistake. Alright. I'm for sure I had a Bloodstained Mire at least. So here I'm taking the Mountain. Jonah called me legend. And I play another Ragavan, which will die to the Lightning Bolt. They draw 2, one of which is a land. They play it immediately. They can play Certain Visions to go Delirium if they mill a land. Yeah. I don't have explosives engineered in this deck. I'll sideboard against them. Again, that's not a card I'm like, I just turn the game around. But oh wow, they don't play Certain Visions. That makes sense. I guess you want to clean the Ragavan first. Okay. Good thing I flipped that one. The new card, Chandra, 3 mana. I haven't really paid much attention to the previews. We can take a look at them after the league. For sure. Okay, so Serum Visions, post-combat. Write a card on top. Not great news. Enter your mana lands. Yeah. We can still, it's not over. You scribe bottom top. Okay, draw. Very good. Now, I can play Bloodstained Mire. I can play Death Shadow. I need to play Unholy Heath now. I think opponent even knows I have it because they bubbled me like in main phase. Oh no, actually they exalt the top after I. Yeah, that was weird. I knew I had a no ETH on top, and they still attacked me. Alright, whatever. They have 2 cards. I know nothing of them. I hope it's not a Blood Moon. If that is, that means I can't go lures anymore. Oh wow, fetch tapped. Oh, Relic of Progenitus. Do I want to Unholy Heath the Channeler? Yeah, maybe. Now I'm in Delirium. Well, I might not be able to be anymore. No land 9/7, it doesn't. Yeah, let me go Unholy Heath on the Channeler. Now that I have Delirium. I don't care if they attack me and my Death Shadow grows. That's not a problem right now. Hello, Embor. Yeah, happy Halloween. Okay. Relic is in. It's very strange for their deck to bring a Relic against me. I don't know. They have 1 card. Shadow could be a 6/6 if I want to. Do they run Murktide? They haven't played Murktide yet. But, I mean, definitely. That's like best card. Yeah, I'll read the spoiler after these MTGO league for sure. Alright, you clean the graveyards. That's fine. Why I use the Unholy Heath immediately. Use the treasure. Playing explosives on 1. Sure. And I'll fetch end of turn. Go get a dual land. Tapped. Draw. Round in the lock. That card at the moment, but no need to do much. I'm just taking back my lures and passing the turn. Keeping up the polluted delta because this one means they can go get swamp if they play Blood Moon. Cost a locked Wayne. Modern, it's 4 mana is too much. I mean, alright, I'm already like heavily flooded on 5 lands. Amy Shore's bubble. They just sideboarded so many cards. The sideboarded a Relic, the sideboarded the Engineered Explosives. I don't know what it took out. That seems strange. And he's gonna bubbled me. They have 1 card in hand. I have a Lurrus with a backup. Be cool if that was a Culligan command. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the classic situational cards. The Culligan's command is definitely a very good card when it works, for sure. I mean, I was playing that in the main deck, in my gem deck. I think I'm gonna fetch. I don't want my opponent to know what I have in my hand. They bubbled me. What do I want to do? Because my Drawn Lock doesn't counter a Countress. They can do the following. I can go Channeler and leave up Drawn in the lock. Yeah. Attack with Shadow. And then play Channeler. Risky. But I think I have to push some action. They don't know I have this and end. I don't think they know about this either. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Alright, so fetch for a tap land here. I don't want to go to few life. So that's 6 damage. You go to 13. Then I play Channeler and pass with Drawn in the Lock up. The 1/1. That means I can block the Ragavan. If they have a removal spell on my Channeler, not sure how to handle it. Maybe I just kill the Ragavan. Well, we'll see. They have 2 cards in hand only. Okay, so they kill everything. I guess they have a Ragavan dashed. That's perfect if they do, because I can go Drawn in the Lock, and then I can go Lurrus Shadow. They have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I'm gonna counter this. They have one card in hand. And this is the difference. I have a Lurrus as my companion. They don't have Lurrus as their companion. Definitely makes a difference here. I'm able to go Lurrus, Death Shadow as a 6/6. 1 mana 6/6 from the graveyard. Sure, Solitude is bad against this, but if you don't play against Solitude, just having a card like this is so busted. 1 mana 6/6, can you believe it? And they have 2 cards in hand. They can go Blood Moon now. I don't care. They can kill my Lures, but they have to deal with this. They can Archmage Charm this. That's actually the bad one. Wow, I have no cards in it. I just played these 2 things and passed. Opponent is on 12. I replay the Channeler from my graveyard. It'll be a 1/1 if charmed. That's a good point. Land 7, I didn't think about it. Now I can annul the Heath the Ragavan so that it can attack with everybody. That will. Mishra's Bubble. Yeah, cool graveyard. I play this fetch land, I'm lethal. They have to chum block. That's 9 plus 3, that's 12. Alright. Actually, how does it work? How does Lifelink and Death Shadow interact with each other? I don't know. Anyway, this become a 3/3, but it's fine. Like, how does it work? If I attack with a 9/9 Shadow and a 3/2 Lures, do they take 12 or do they take 9? Draw. Okay. Let me Mishra's Bubble. Drawing the lock, yeah, that's good. I'll bubble you immediately. You have an explosives on top. Okay. I'll play Inquisition, which will get me to Delirium. Leave the card on top though. That's a counter spell. Yeah, I know it should, but like that Shadow's a weird card. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do I have lethal chat? Yeah, 3-6-9. GG. This is a very good game. I thought I was going to lose. I guess my opponent lost, I think because I don't know, I think they oversideboarded. Like, they had multiple explosives, they had a Relic of Progenitus, so, like, they tried to aggressive me, but then they had, like, these reactive cards. I'm not so sure. I don't even know, how did they sideboard to have all these cards in their deck? Weird. Alright, I'll take the match win. We're 3-0, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, we're 3-0. Alright, one to die roll. They have Giganta. This might mean Affinity or Tron. I have Lurrus. This might mean Hammer Time or Grixis. Alright, let's go. And I'll go just Scalding Tarn, Channeler Bubble. Scalding Tarn, Channeler Bubble. Graveyard or top, actually. I thought I'm graveyard, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that bad to keep it, honestly. Then I'll bubble my opponent. What do I see? Infinity or Tron? I see a Springleaf Drum. Okay, once again, the pictures will take a moment to load, but they will eventually load. Fire of Industry. Springleaf Drum. Ornithopter. Memnite. Frogmite. Signal Pest. Now I can cast Expressive Iteration and might hit Delirium. That's what I want to do here. I didn't hit delirium, unfortunately. And I'll pass. Not the best. I'm on 15. Let's see how much they attack me with here. See if they play an Urza Saga. Let's see a lot of things. Okay. No Urza Saga, at least. They play what? Ooh, a cranium plating. Hey. Pretty sure that a dress down with cranium plating makes it lose +1/+0. So the signal pest is just going to be a 0/1. I could block the Memnite. I could block the Memnite. Think I want to? Okay. Multiple expressive iteration now. Hoping to draw land. I brick. Sideboard. I have explosives. Terminate K command. Probably Alpine Moon. Maybe Collective Brutality. Can take out. Have a lot of bad cards here. Probably oldest 10. Yeah, it honestly seems like a pretty clean 10 for 10. Can take out Ragavan too. I want to keep the Drun in the lock. Actually, I want to keep Dress down. This is very good against Urza Saga. I'll keep the classic one of Ragavan. Ragavan is always not bad. Like, just can't be that bad. Worst case scenario is a 2/1. Sure, it's bad if they have a Memnite, but like, Brutality doesn't seem great to you. Maybe he's drawing the luck better. Alright, I'll have drawing in the lock. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is that they don't really do not put anything in the graveyard. So it's just me that have to put things in the graveyard. Free Rate is a cantrip. Yeah, he used to play Free Rate and Gurma Gangler. Then Laris got printed, and the Death Shadow deck kind of moved away from that. You can still play Gurma Gangler, Free Rate, and Timur Bada Rage, but then you'd lose Laris. And this deck isn't an all-in on Death Shadow like it used to be. More of a Grixis mid-range that also plays Death Shadow. Not the best hand, but I'm not mulligan at this. Very similar to the previous hand, where I basically ended up doing nothing and lose. Need to fetch, because every fetch is 1 extra damage. Power of Industry. Memnite, it's time with a picture. Ornithopter, still loading. Springleaf Drum, still, yeah, same game as before. My opponent played the same 4 cards, I had the same hand as before. Are we leaving a deja vu over here? Alright, Gallblast, that wasn't here at least. Okay, make sure it's Bubble. Bubble myself. I have an Alpine Moon on top. Okay. I don't want to draw it or fetch it away. I think I want to draw it. Yeah, I think I want to draw it. It's just really bad if they have Urza Saga. And really good if they have Urza Saga and I have an Alpine Moon. Did show Saga? Oh, I mean. Okay, Relic. Froggy. They don't have a land, looks like. Attack me. Alright, that's good that attack me. I needed that. Thoughtseize. Ooh. Go with Thoughtseize first. 2 extra damage for my shadows. 2 Gallblast. You know, one God Blast only. I can go to 12. I can go to 9. So my Death Shadow is exactly a 4/4. Awkward. Let me recount. So I can take 5 damage down to 9. So my Death Shadow dies. There's a Silent turn 1. Could be JQQ, but I don't mind to draw an Alpine Moon. Like, worst case scenario, if they draw an Urza Saga later in the game, I have the answer for. Urza Saga is just stone nuts. Like, they win if they draw it. Hello, Ideology Magic. Thank you for the raid. Hi there. Hello. Thank you. You're having a good day. So, my thing is, I could not play Shadow, but I think, like, if they God Blast one of them, I think it's fine. I have another one. They didn't have Luris. So, I think I'm okay. I think I'll play the 2 Shadow. And my opponent can God Blast one of them. I needed 1 extra fetch. It would have been an 8, and then the God Blast wouldn't have worked. You're welcome. How did your strain go? About to get deadly. Yeah, we're about to get deadly with these shadows. They have 1 card, which is the God Blast. They have the Relic, which they can crack in the turn since the drum produces them mana. Alright, pictures are loading. Slowly loading. I'm sure they will. Oh, wow. Okay, so they cracked the Relic. Fine. Yeah, modern is the best. 3-0 currently with Grixis Shadow, but down a game against Affinity, which is very good at winning game 1s. But post Cyber things will get a little bit rough, but we'll see now. So they have a Mem Knight, and they have 2 cards, one of which is a God Blast. Yeah, 3-0 definitely is very good. Games are actually super close to do, so play some good gamings. Okay, they're thinking about this. They can tap this and kill one of my shadows. No, they don't do that. What are you doing? Oh, wow, you played Thought Monitor. Alright, 7 mana, 2/2 flying, draw 2 cards. And now they can't. Okay, the Urza Saga, very good. Alpine Moon, you're nice. Draw something that deals me damage. Okay, that one does. So I go to 6. Actually, I think I just killed myself. Good game. You played yourself. I killed myself. Actually, I haven't killed myself. Alright, I'll go Alpine Moon, kill the Saga, pass. Return Luris, pass. Yeah, Affinity is really good in Modern. We went 4-1 last league with it. I mean, every deck is good, honestly. There's the Saga. So that's just a straight up dead. I have to return the... Actually, I have to return Companion, I'm dead on board, right? Yeah. So I have to play this Death Shadow and represent the triple block. Yeah, that's my only way to survive here. Yeah, that's my only way to survive here. If I didn't play Steam Vents tapped, if I play Steam Vents tapped, I could have maybe attacked. Maybe. They God Blast me down to 3. Still not dead. Whoa, did you draw 4th Galvanic Blast? Oh, come on. Fine. I'll die to 4 Galvanic Blast. Alright, Affinity got me. Affinity got me. I guess that podcast is more about the mechanics, not like the actual history of the podcast, of the PTs. Which maybe would also make it for a good podcast. The Receivables. Boxfish Shadows. Go to iTunes and Google it. The best podcast out there. One of the best podcasts out there. It's called The Receivables. Our opponent's playing Blue-White Control is the final, and so we finally played against the one and only. I think I'll go Inquisition, just because if they have a Choice of the Void, I'm dead. Yeah, Receivables. Signed. Yeah, slow low. I always skip whenever they talk about sports, but that's fine, man. I can do whatever I want. It's their podcast. I mean, it's a 2 hours long podcast. That's much more than like any other podcast I listen to. Right, so I can take the P ending, but then like the start casting this that's bad. But I can also just play Ragavan next turn and I hope they don't draw land. Nah, I think I'll take the Charm here. Alright, I triple to Delta, so they're good now. I'll go get Steam Vents. Untapped. I can play Ragavan and then play Channeler. Nah, I'd probably just go double Channeler here. I want to only dash Ragavan. They have Supreme Verdict and P ending. Okay, Reverend Triumph. Mystic Gate. Let's see if they want to play Charm or Ending. Or none. Ooh, Thoughtseize. I think I want to go Expressive Iteration to kick things off. If they want to counter this, that's fine. Might get Delirium. Alright. So that Shadow is in the grave. Let's see if I find... Okay, Inquisition. In the grave. So this might get countered with a Charm, and then I might play Supreme Verdict if they have draw land. They don't. Good. Hand, bottom, exile. Play land. Play Thoughtseize. Right, 2. Basically, every turn of the game, I tapped all my mana to play one drop. I guess Express Iteration, but like this kind of counts like yeah, better than that. Like the efficiency of this is so good. Opponent is playing the other spectrum of efficiency, which is like slow control game with very expensive cards. Ragavan, don't you try it? And I think I really want to go to Delirium. I'm gonna graveyard this. Weird. Why don't you let me? No Schwartz also rating with a party of 54. They drew 2 cards. Thank you so much, No Schwartz. Appreciate it a lot. Okay, so I did get to Delirium. Welcome, everyone. I'll discard a Supreme Verdict. They reveal me a hand of Counterspell, Hollywood Fountain, Sharp Typhoon, Ending, Memory Deluge. That's all good. Hope you had a good stream, No Schwartz. Thank you for the raid. Now, my graveyard is loaded, and I did get Delirium with the bubble there. They shocked? No, they didn't shock. They're playing P ending on one of these, and they have Counterspell, Shock Typhoon, Memory Deluge. That's all good. I'll take my turn. Now, I definitely don't play Expressive Iteration into Counterspell in this matchup. What I'm doing here is, I mean, let's see. Another Crux. Should. Well, let me attack. They don't do anything. I just pick back up Yori. It'll lures, I think. I could go Cruxa too. That's maybe better than going for Lurrus. Although I do have the threat of Lurrus bubble, which is really nice. If I play Cruxa, they just discard a card. It's not like a big deal or anything. Into Counterspell? Obviously don't Counterspell Cruxa. So I would be more mana efficient if I had just pick up this. I guess I can go both Cruxa and Ragavan. Yeah, I guess double spelling makes me more excited about it. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like obviously having Lurrus in is great, but as long as they have Counterspell, I'm not gonna cast this. So I'll just play Cruxa and Ragavan here. And if they want to Counterspell Ragavan, I'm totally fine. Dash Ragavan connects. What are the odds? Well, yeah, I could have Dash Ragavan. I think it's that if they Counterspell the Dash Ragavan, I'm done. I don't do anything else in the turn. And I think I don't mind. Like, they don't have a... What are you doing? Oh, cycling the shark. Okay. Alright, basically looting. Ooh, nice, Enki. That feels awesome. Yeah, it's not mine. I probably that decked it from somebody else, but I'm glad that I made you discover it. Opponent's thinking a lot, just like you would expect from a blue-white player. And that's good. I enjoy. I'll play Ragavan. I already dealt with it on Supreme Verdict. If take a Supreme Verdict, yeah, I'll. Not great, but we'll move on. They have Counterspell. Blue-white, colorless, Teferi Time Reveler. The first time in the league I'm playing against Teferi Time Reveler. They bounce Ragavan. Weird. But yeah, I think we were ahead since I won the Darvel. I also thought we were ahead. And they haven't played anything until turn 4 of meaningful. Well, I think I'll go for Expressive Iteration first. For a land, of course, so I'll top it if I find it here. Don't find a land, that's okay. I'll probably go top, bottom, exile. I don't want that shot on this matchup. Solitude is just very good against it. I'll kill Teferi and play Channeler and pass. Not the best of the turn, but I mean, I was looking for a land, I didn't find it, and that's okay. I'll kill the Teferi, and I'll play a Channeler and pass. A Counterspell and 3 mystery cards. We have nothing to know about. I have a Kurtz in my graveyard. The Fairy to bounce the Channeler. And the Chalice of the Void. Chalice of the Void is going to be a little bit harder to deal with at the moment. I don't have any answer for it. Error 9 life? Come on. Allora, let's go again with Expressive Iteration. Need a land. It's not a land, but it is a 2-drop. No, yeah, let's just find a land. Come on. Then a dash Ragavan costs 1, remember. Okay, good. Hand, bottom, exile. Play this. There are 9 life. You can attack the Teferi. What do I want to do then? I think I'll. There are 9 life. Yeah, I think I'll. My hand is loaded with cards, but 4 of them are uncastable. I don't play any answer to this in the main, I believe. Let me make sure. Yeah, there's only 1 K command in the side, as long as the explosives. Maybe it's a little bit bad. Yeah, Chalice of the Void is a big deal. Alright, I just moved to a end phase. I'll fetch. Draw. Attack. Solitude. I'll counter it. Blue, red. No, sorry. Blue, black. Land in the graves. I don't want any more. Now take 3 down to 6. And I'll pick up back at the Laris of the Dream Den. Again, 4 uncastable cards. Prismari Command. Sure. I mean, card. They pay 3 for what? No, not the Fairy, please. Jaceman Sculpture better than all. And they have counter spell in hand. I think I'll play Kroxa from the grave. I want to play Kroxa from hand first. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'll play Kroxa from the grave, actually. That will counter it. And I'll play another Kroxa, which will let them hellbent, but they have Jace the Mind Sculpture in play, so not really hellbent. Alright, that was Supreme Verdict. Okay, so the end tap, no cards in end. I want to discard our cards in hand. They didn't want to resolve a 6/6. Chalice of the Void. Yeah, definitely not a good matchup, this one. Is reasonable. Okay, they brainstormed and I'll play Crooks again. Then I'll play Lur's Bubble, I think. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm going to die to a Shark Typhoon. But I guess such a life. And I'll pass here. And I'm ready to die. Thus changes the cost, it doesn't. The one. Okay, guess I'm not dead. The top is an Archmage Charm, not bad. I can't win this game, come on, let's be real. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they have Jace. Sure, I can do all the minor thing to get a 6/6 in play, but like, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't. Oh yeah, we got a 6/6 in play. Cool. Not a matchup where this interaction is meaningful. There's other matchups where dress downing a Kroxa is meaningful for sure, like Burn. Yeah, a third caller came up relevant now. I'm drawing 1-drops. Archmage Charming End. Okay. Let me cast a Kroxa from the graveyard. Do I have a basic land left? Do I have a dual land left? I remember. What's my mana base? 2 Watery Grave? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so let me go Kroxa. They will Archmage Charm most likely. What happened to Hool? I stopped using it. No one was clicking the link. I was getting like, I don't know, 50 cents a day, and I felt like up in it. Alright. Which is fun. Okay. So I have the thing in play. So we'll just bounce it. Actually, they take 3 damage here. Yeah, I can feel my graveyard D's, sure. Yeah, that's it. That's true. They Titan Hunger. They still haven't got their Kahira back. Then I will bounce my Kroxa. They can even get back Kahira, attack me for 4. I'm dead. I'm dead on board, actually. Yeah. That's fine if they see it. I'll die. I mean, I'm there regardless. I'm just clicking buttons, kind of make them use the time. This matchup, the time will definitely be relevant, so I'm slightly ahead in time, so I'll make them use more time. Game 1 seems pretty terrible, especially with no call against command. Alright, last trend. Blue, white, colorless, blue, blue. Teferone, paperone. Hello. Have me for 3. We'll go to 1. Draw. Press down. Okay. I will play dress down. Draw a card. Dress down. Draw a card. Grixis. Mishra's Bubble. And pass. If I draw removal spell, continue. Alright, I don't. Okay, good game. Finally dead. So I'll bring in the explosives, maybe a couple of them. And I'll bring in the Williams Command, a couple of explosives. Mystical Dispute. Taking out Death Shadows. And maybe some Unholy Heat. Maybe one more Unholy Heat for an explosives. Yeah. I think that's about it. Yeah. I'll go to the bathroom, be back in a minute. Okay. So I have a question, is that how many Unholy Heat do I want to keep? They aren't good, but they do kill Teferi. Maybe Solga Lantern. Be okay. Just 2 cantrip, help Delirium. Probably not good. Maybe 1 Shadow is okay. Yeah, 1 Shadow seems fine. 1 Shadow seems okay. Not sure. It's like, they don't gonna blow you out with 2 Shadows. Hello, Alberto. Yeah, our Grixis gamers. Alright, 1 Shadow, of course, open in my hand. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Could have been an Unholy Heat. That's not how that would have been much better. Let's go. I have a very good hand here. I brought in all my explosives, huh? Okay, yeah, sure, I did. Let's see if they have an prismatic ending, and they do. Okay. I'll take a turn. I will Inquisition them to check for a Chalice of the Void. Unholy Heath. Alright, we have the whole team. The whole team of the Unwanted. Alright, so getting rid of Chalice of the Void as that card is like game winning on its own. And they drew a Rest in Peace, which is also not bad. Alright. A good one. I'll play Express Iteration. Yeah, before they resolve Arcmage Charm. Okay. I'll go and bottom Exile. Well, yeah, I don't mind having Crooks in hand. And bottom Exile. I'll play a Ragavan with Blood. Blue to Delta. Okay. I can steal the Ragavan, I'll just go for Unholy Heath. And I don't think I want to go Crooks until I draw an Explosives for this rest in peace. Yeah, Arcmage Charm, ETs. If Celestial Colonnade over there. Do my own Ragavan. And I'll pick back up Lurrus. You want to pick up back Lurrus or do something else? Not sure. I think I don't want to play a 1/1 Death Shadow. I'd rather have a Lurrus in hand. Okay, so this is a dead card. This is not very good. Alright, I also pick up back their companion. Hmm. No, they have Supreme Verdict. I think I'm just playing Cat Go. I guess I can play that Shadow Go. It's probably better. That Shadow Go, it's a 4/4 with my fetch land there. I didn't want to play also the lures. Let's see, they play Kahira? No, the Fairy? Oh, sure. Again, Lock is dead because there's Rest in Peace. I'll fetch for 3. Not afraid of a Blood Moon in this game, thankfully. There's other things I'm afraid currently. Am I casting 2 creatures? No, I think I just cast 1 only. Think about this, Ben Wade. Sometimes you have a card in your sideboard that you don't want to draw in 2 copies. Or that you want to draw on turn 4 or 5. That is why you play only 1. Okay, I can use Drawn and Lock to kill the Castle Artemis token. At least. Or the Colonnade. That's not a bad idea. Let's attack the Teferi. Okay. Once a Supreme Verdict, yeah, I guess I'll go for Tunneler Lurus. Well, never mind. I couldn't cast anything. There's Drawn the Lock. My opponent can go, yeah, activate Colonnade when I'm attacking the Teferi. That's fine. Thank you, Togek. Vintage Cube? Actually, I don't think I'll upload that many, because they were not hit at all on my YouTube channel. I have plenty of them in my VODs though. I think I'll try to focus more on actual constructed magic. I think it's what my content want to see more of. Okay, let's go. Trying to lock on this Colonnade. Oh, fail to press down. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Not pass. I can make a Castle Arteval token. And get me good too. Alright, let's go dress down first. So dispute him on that. Okay, that's not bad. I'll play Inquisition. You have Supreme Verdict. Game's over. I want to trade this for that. I'd rather not. I want to play a Croxa. Yeah. I guess they'll need to use this Supreme Verdict. Yeah, I know. Vintage Cube is good. I like it too, but my audience, I think, likes more to see constructed and limited. Yeah. Okay, Supreme Verdict cleans the field, and that is fine. So they have Memory Delusion, Supreme Verdict in end. Put the Teferi out. Game will be over soon. Okay. We can finally test an explosives. Kill the Rest in Peace and then play Croxa. Things might happen. Take a Memory Deluge. Okay. Practice. Then I'll play Croxa. The Rest in Peace goes in the graveyard. The explosives in the exile zone. Oh, never mind the opposite. Okay. Tricky. But yeah, so I'm hellbent now. They have 4 cards and a Teferi as well as 2 creature lands. I already used my lures too. So I just have to draw some expressive iteration in a row, I guess. 4, 5. Teferi, Hero, Dominaria. Yeah, I think we can concede to this. Alright, this was a good league. We started very strong with a 3-0, but then kind of relaxed with a 3-2 still. Solid performance from this deck. As long as you dodge blue-white control, I think you have a very good deck on your hands. Yeah, that's it for it. Alright, so what did we play against? Let's do the paint thing. We Alright, so we played against Uvu Control, Infinity, and this was Blue-Red Murktide, and that was just a Murktide, yeah. Yeah, this is Lantern Control, and this was just a Murktide. That was the matchups. Buongiorno Publio. Okay.